All right, so since I have roots that are growing very thick in the Frenchie community, I figured I'd make this video. And if you hear me kind of yelling out random things, it's because I am training a dog here, because I actually work with dogs. I'm not just some random YouTube or content creator. But so Kelly is an amazing breeder. I'm not gonna say she's my favorite, because I have like 3 favorites, but Kelly is she's always reachable. She always has puppies available, great puppies. She is someone who, if I have some weird breeder question, even with my crazy knowledge in dogs, Kelly will start talking about breeding Frenchies and what goes into breeding Frenchies, and it's almost like she's talking German. I'm like, Kelly, I don't know what you're just saying. And so she's always amazing for that. She also tries to keep up with all of her puppies. And a lot of people don't understand how complex that is, because Kelly right now has 17 adult dogs. And when I met her 3 years ago, she had 17, but it wasn't all the same dogs. So she's an amazing breeder. She is what every breeder should aspire to be. I try to tell every single breeder, it's like, hey, follow her page. I know she's Stone_Highland_Frenchies on Instagram, and probably the same on YouTube. But I tell them, hey, just if you literally mimic everything she does, you'll be very successful. And I say that for many reasons, because, people they love to brag about their puppies whenever they hit the ground, but I encourage people to always stalk your breeder. And I mean stalk them. Kelly actually reached out to me about dog food, and then she kept having some questions. I was like, okay. And so I followed her. A year later, I got a pup, and then like 6 months later, I got another pup. So I have 2 pups from Kelly. I'm not just telling you to go follow her for no reason, but she has amazing pups, and she keeps posting, and I want more. But anyway, she's an amazing breeder because you can always reach her. Sounds simple, but this week and last week, I reached out to 2 breeders and just had an incredibly horrible experience, because Kelly has me spoiled. 2 of them didn't respond. 1 responded as if I was bothering him. It was just a horrible ordeal. I was like, hey, you got puppies? They're like, yeah. That was the response, yeah. I was like, hey, are the parents on site? Because this is a big dog. This is a very aggressive dog. So I couldn't stalk them, because their content was shitty. It was like, hey, are the parents on site? He's like, yeah. And then he proceeds to send me a screenshot of social media links. I don't know what that meant. He didn't say, hey, go here and see the parents. Nothing. And then I was just like, all right, whatever. And then I had another dude I reached out about some American bullies, because he's in Florida. And I was like, hey, you got some puppies? He was like, yeah. And I was like, all right. I was like, what city are you in? Because there's nowhere where it says a city, because, maybe I can try to meet up with him. He's like, I don't disclose that information, but we can do a FaceTime and then do a contract. Sir, I am not buying candles. This is a 15-year commitment, $30,000 commitment, and you're talking about we can do a FaceTime. And I'm like, why are we being secretive about this? And so I didn't realize how bad it was when it comes to breeders, because Kelly really has me spoiled. Like, I can't explain to you how much she has me spoiled. So we can be talking on 3 of my Instagram pages. I have 7 Instagrams. She will literally engage. She'll talk to me on these pages. So we're going back and forth, and then she'll text me. She'll just be like, oh, hey, this is what I have going on. So she'll text me while we're still talking on these other pages. And then it'll get so intense, she'll start sending me voice notes. So we have that type of relationship. But you know what's crazy? She's like that with everybody. Like, if you get a pup from her, or you thinking about getting a pup from her and it's serious, she is going to make room for you. You'll hear bells and stuff going off in the background. She'll be at the mall, and she's like, oh, let me get this information to you. If you're having an issue, she'll tell you, hey, reach out to me first, because more than likely she's seen it. Like I say, right now she has 17 adult Frenchies. I know that's crazy. I get paid to take care of Frenchies, and 17 is crazy. But so I always recommend people go stalk her, try to give her a shot as far as getting a puppy, because these dogs can be very, very expensive if you don't get them from the right place. And I see it all the time. I do create dog food, so I have dog food, and I get to hear people who are telling me what their vet bills are like and what all this and that. And I'm like, what did your breeder say? The breeder is never of any help. And so it's really frustrating to see people go through all this stress when it can have been eliminated by going to the right breeder. And that's the cool thing. Like Kelly has like 3 vets. One is a good friend of hers, where, you know, we can get an answer to you. Or if it's a dog food related question, she'll be like, hey, I know the person you can speak to. That way you can get an answer, and none of this really costs you any money. So it's like you go to her, you get all this information, you get engagement. She makes you feel very appreciative for just, you know, getting a puppy from her. So I always will tag her and stuff, and I'm always really trying to get people to go look at her page, because if you get a dog from somewhere else and it goes sideways, which most of the time it does, at least you know, okay, that was your fault, and you know it. Everyone owns up to it, because they're like, yeah, you did tell me about Kelly, and I didn't listen because I wanted a purple, pink, fluffy, and who knew that would have been sideways? Kelly would have told you. Kelly would have been like, hey, dog got a lot of skin issues, man. Don't do it. But, you know, that's why you will see a lot of posts from Kelly and I. She has always supported me on all my platforms. Even when I had the Frenchie Patreon, which, if it's still up at the time of this video, it's going down, because I really want to focus on the YouTube aspect of the Frenchies, so I can reach more people. But she's a great tool to have. So cool thing about Kelly is if you already have a Frenchie, stalk her anyway, because you'll end up with more Frenchies one way or another. I have 2 Frenchies. Wasn't planning on getting the Frenchies. I wanted a Chihuahua. My ex-wife, we followed Kelly. One day Scooby popped up. She was like, I gotta have this dog. Ended up with Scooby. And then my senior citizen, she passed away, and immediately Kelly reached out to me, was like, hey, I'm so sorry. And somehow she created the perfect dog, which is Jersey, who is a replica of my Cocker that passed. And Jersey's kicking my ass for everybody out there. But she's an amazing dog. But that's why you'll see Kelly. That's why I am making this video, because I know a lot of people are thinking about a Frenchie, or you don't know. Maybe you don't know you want a Frenchie until you start seeing Frenchies everywhere, and you're like, hey, I got to get a Frenchie. But Kelly's amazing, super amazing. I definitely follow her. Like I said, you don't have to get a pup from, but if you're a breeder, you need to mimic what she does. If you are a dog enthusiast, just go follow her and see how amazing she is. I've been knowing Kelly for 3 years, and just recently found out she does bulldog rescue walks. So she does a lot of little things that she doesn't advertise. She doesn't boast about. Whenever I created the foster mom GoFundMe, she was the first donator, and she also donated the most amount of money. So that shows you what type of person she is. And I didn't ask her for it. I just put it up there. She immediately went. And so she's what every breeder should be, where it's like, hey, I want to make the breed better, but I'm also here. I'm a dog advocate. So definitely follow her. Can't say that enough. You don't even have to follow me. Definitely follow her. And I've been saying this so much that she actually has more followers than me. So happy Frenchie hunting.